Good morning, all. My name is James Fulton. I'm the General Engineering Manager of Atlantic Station. Today we're going to be kicking off the Weekend Fix, a video series where I'll be sharing home improvement tips and tricks with you each week. Today we're going to start with the how-to fix, and that's of a squeaky door hinge. Let's get started. So to do this project the right way, you're going to want to have the right tools. In this case, you're going to need a hammer and a punch. And then later on, I'm going to show you how you can use sandcloth or a Scotch-Brite pad. So first things first, let's pop those hinge pins. So start at the bottom, put the punch in, give it just a light tap until the hinge pin pops up. Okay, now we can see from this hinge pin, it's been in for quite a while. It's a little dirty, and it's probably what's causing a lot of our issues on that squeak. Hinges are typically made out of brass, and in that, it's a lot of metal against metal. And that's going to create friction, and that's going to create wear. And in that wear is going to develop a lot of shavings. So what you want to do is you want to clean off those shavings to the best of your ability. So that's where the Scotch-Brite pad comes in. Now, if you don't have a Scotch-Brite pad, you can use emery cloth, or what they call sandcloth. And it's a small amount of sandpaper in a roll. And you take that and you rub it all around the hinge pin. And that'll clean off any burrs or any trash or any kind of former lubricants that may have been on it. But for right now, we're just going to use the hinge pin, or the Scotch-Brite pad. So you should be able to see the difference there. It's more bare metal than it was before. I even have some on my finger here, so you know I did something. And we're going to put that right back in. And we're going to do the other ones too. Some how-to videos will show you using some sort of petroleum jelly, a Vaseline, or any sort of goo. The problem with that is the melting point of petroleum jelly, and over time, it'll eventually liquefy and start dripping out of the hinges, and you really don't want that. You could use a 3-in-1 oil. In some cases, some people use a WD-40. These all they do is a temporary fix, and they're just going to attract dirt again over time. It's meant to be a dry situation, a dry hinge, and you really don't want to put any of those lubricants in there. You can use a mild detergent like a soap, dishwashing soap, or even a bar of soap. I found that to work before. Even some wax over time is sufficient. Now with most doors, the top hinge is what's carrying a majority of the load. Your bottom hinge is allowing it to pivot, but there's a lot of extra strain at the top of that hinge, and that's where I would say 90% of your squeaks come from. But that's not to say that you don't have a flared hinge in the middle or at the bottom that's causing some of your noise. No more squeak. So there you have it. Thanks for watching, and for more home improvement tips, make sure to follow us on social media at atlanticstation.com. See you next week.